welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited that you're here because today's video is really different. I'm using the P Louise colored bases for the first time creating this look. I am not going to reveal my thoughts yet. Stick around for the video. I'm going to be doing a little demo of this eye look, and I'm also going to be addressing the pros and cons, availability, pricing. Do I think it's worth it? Is it overhyped? Let's just get started. So basically I ordered this P Louise colored eye base set on the P Louise website. It's on sale right now, I believe, but I got all of these for $96. So that's 14 eyeshadow bases for $96. Insane price, incredibly cheap. Honestly, I'm really surprised she has it at this price point, but I think it's because she's coming out with something newer, which I'm sure will be full price. So I'm still excited to get this because I've wanted them for so long, but to be honest, I'm very indecisive as a person and I couldn't pick which shades I like because when I picked one shade, I would want all of them. And so I would just sack the whole thing. Okay, so basically the full price of this was $269 if you total the value of all the bases, and you get 14. They have included a black as well as part of the 14, which is really, really nice and versatile. And then a bunch of orange tones, some pastels, a big range of blues, and purples, a yellow, greens. Amazing. Seriously, you can create any colored eyeshadow look with this. Okay, disclaimer, I have tried the P Louise bases before, so this is not a first impressions in general of the brand or anything. It's just a first impressions of the colored bases because I haven't really tried them before, but I think I do have quite a bit to say because I have experimented with the base formula and I'm sure these are probably not super far from that. So yeah, just wanted to get that out of the way. Okay guys, so these are the 4 shades I'm going to be using. Hot Orange, Pretty in Pink, which kind of looks like an orange. I'm not sure if I'm gonna 100% use this, but we'll see. Pretentious Peach and Cute in Coral. So all in that same color range. And side note guys, I also have this 707 brush from P Louise. It's called Devoted to My Base. It's what she recommends for putting down a base, patting down a base. So she always recommends using patting motions. So basically I'm going to be using Cute in Coral first, and I'm just going to be dispensing a little bit on my hand. From what I know of the base formulas, they dry pretty quickly, but not super quickly. So yeah, work fast, but don't overly rush. So I'm just going to pat that down. That's going on really nice and opaque. And I'm just going to be using a fluffy brush to diffuse the edges. I feel like it's buildable, so you can really build up that pigment if you want it to be darker. Okay, using the Kimchi palette, I'm going to be grabbing the shade Highland Avenue, which is this really, really gorgeous peach shade over here. Oh my god, I've got so much stuff in my hand, but you guys can see that shade Highland Avenue. And I'm going to be picking that up on a fluffy brush. Okay, I feel like that's blended out really, really nicely. No complaints. Next, I'm going to be going in with the shade Hot Orange. It's like a fluoro orange. So here goes. This could be scary, but we'll see. Wow, that has gone on beautifully. Oh wow. I just patted an orange eyeshadow on top and that looks amazing. So I'm really brightening this up with a bit of like a reddy shade, but it is layering really nicely on top of the base. It looks really neon and orange, which is a vibe I'm going for, matching the top. Now I'm going back in with Cute in Coral and I'm going to be cutting my crease. I was not about to cut my crease and talk at the same time. So here's a little voiceover. If you guys would like a video on how to cut a crease, please let me know because I have hooded eyes and this took me some time to master, but I feel like it's not that hard if you know the right techniques. I'm gonna try and layer this with a bit of eyeshadow and see how that goes on. I'm kind of trying to repair this as we go along. It's not like it's messed up, but it's just I wanted the colors to look slightly different. That's nice. I'm just layering the bases with some eyeshadows, but I'm just gonna deepen up the outer corner a little with brown. It's a bit patchy, like, I don't know what that is, but I don't know if that's me or the base. Okay guys, I don't know what that weird brown is, but it's looking like really patchy over here for some reason. So I'm just gonna fix it by adding brown, but I don't know why it was doing that. Ugh. All good, I fixed it. I think it just required a bit of blending and I should have patted down the shadow first. I like how that's looking now. I feel like we need a pop of something in the inner corner though. I'm gonna try and mix Yummy Yellow with the coral base, just a tiny bit, and then see what it looks like. Okay guys, I love how that's looking. It's super pretty, super blended. I think I'm gonna pop on a lash and quickly finish the other eye and I'll be right back. So now that that's done, I'm going to be showing you another use of the bases. I'm going to be using the shade Cute in Coral in my waterline. Basically, I'm just going to apply a little bit on the back of my hand again. And then I'm just getting a tiny brush, which is perfect for the waterline area. This part's a little tedious, but honestly, it's because I was wearing contact lenses. I was being extra careful, but I was really surprised at the color payoff. It actually didn't go liquidy or watery at all. It was really opaque, and being such a light color, I was really surprised. Okay, now I'm going to move on to the next application. So I'm going to be using the base as a blush. I'm going to be using the shade Pretentious Peach for this, and I'm actually kind of nervous because I haven't used these as a blush before, but I know you can, so I'm excited to give it a go. I'm just applying that slightly higher than the apples of my cheeks, and I'm taking it upwards for a more lifted effect. I was really surprised that it wasn't crazy pigmented. It's interesting how this product blends very, very easily, and I really like that about it. Here I'm just using a blender and going over it and applying a bit on my chin as well as my forehead. I really, really like that. It's super soft, but you can really build it up, and you can even go in with a darker color. There is a bright pink in there, and maybe when I'm feeling a little ambitious, I'm going to give that a go, but Pretentious Peach is such a nice blush on my skin tone. I love it. And it blended out seamlessly as well. It wasn't like super crazy to blend out. Okay guys, so I just lined my lips and I'm going to be using the bases as a lip color. I don't know what I'm using. Let me have a look. I think I'm going to mix Pretentious Peach and Cute in Coral and see how it looks. So the formula applied really, really nicely. It was a matte finish. Except I didn't nail the shade. I thought this color was beautiful, but just not with this eye look. It's such a soft peach. And then I grabbed orange and I thought I'd do an ombre. But then I was like, that's cute too, but not with this eye look. So I went with a brown shade. But in the bases defense, it's nothing to do with the bases. It's just I was kind of not gravitating towards that color with this look. I just wanted something like bold and deep to kind of match my hair and go with, like, contrast a little rather than orange, orange, orange. But my point was you could definitely use the base as a lip shade. I'm using Fenty Stunner Lip Paint in Unveil. It's just this beautiful chocolate brown and I love it. Okay guys, this is the finished look. It's literally like past midnight right now, so if I'm like talking a little softer, I hope that makes sense as to why. But anyway, I'm just gonna spill the tea on these bases. I'm honestly like obsessed. I'm blown away. I love them. I feel like I personally need to improve my technique a little, but I'll tell you guys what I did wrong so you won't have those issues. But basically, you know how I was complaining about that little brown smudge situation? I figured why. It's because I went on swiping my eyeshadow a little too much. I got too like hectic with it. But when I did the other eye, all I did was like pack the eyeshadow on and it just blended itself. Like it literally did all the blending. I didn't need to go and like blend it with a different brush or anything. So that's my first tip. Don't like overly blend the eyeshadows that you pack on top, and also work in minimal layers. Try not to layer the base if you don't have to. Like what I'm trying to say is, if you're going to put a shadow on top of the base, don't build up the base and then put the shadow on, if that makes sense. That's another thing I did wrong, which kind of ended up with a little bit of like patchiness, and like I worked around it. But in order to avoid that, that's what you guys need to do. Just put one layer of the base on and then put your eyeshadow on top, rather than couple of coats of the base to make it more opaque. The base is very tacky, kind of grips your eyeshadow. It really holds down your eyeshadow, so you don't have to worry about making your base opaque unless you aren't going to pack it with eyeshadow on top anyway, if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. So other than that, let's talk about the price point and if I think it's justified. Absolutely, at this particular sale price, 100%, don't even think about it. If I was purchasing this at full price, I would probably think which shades I really want. Honestly, that's just because I don't think every eyeshadow needs this eyeshadow base, if that makes sense. Okay, let me rephrase this. What I'm trying to say is, I would recommend getting a neutral shade, so for example the white, and that would work really well under so many eyeshadows and do the same job as this kind of thing. But at the sale price, I wouldn't even think twice of buying all of these, because it just makes your life so much easier. However, if these were full price, I would think a little about which shades I would personally want. I think I would gravitate towards the pastels, because pastel eyeshadows are often really shit no matter what you do. You can make them work, but they're not like poppin', so I would personally buy the pastels. Like I almost purchased the winter edition of these like a couple of months ago, but I'm so glad that I waited and I got these. It's been amazing. And I tried to use as many shades as I could for this look. I think I used 5 in total, which is quite a few, 5 out of 14. I'm like looking in my viewfinder, so if I'm not looking at you guys, you know what I'm doing. But in my waterline, I am so impressed. Like, can I just say that shit lasts in your waterline? Like, okay, initially I was like a bit iffy about it. Like I've seen P Louise do it, but I'm like, she's a goddess. Anything she touches is amazing. So will it work for the average person? And 100%, like I literally feel like it has like set like cement in my waterline. It's not going anywhere. But this looks so bloody bomb. That's all I'm trying to say. Like it's so pigmented, and it's gonna save me so much money, because to be very honest, I was gonna invest in colored eyeliners, and I'm so glad that I bought these, because this is literally every color I need. And the beauty of these guys is you can mix the paints to create custom shades as well. So I did that with my lips before I sacked the whole thing and put a brown on. But it actually worked really nicely. What I'm trying to say is, if you use these on clients as well, it's really versatile. I'm excited to use these on my clients whenever I can, because I'm going to be whipping out my mixing palette and using these in the waterline as liners. Like it's so convenient. Okay, next up, let's talk about this on the cheeks. I'm literally impressed. I thought, let me be very honest, going into this, I literally thought it was going to take off my foundation, because some cream blushes do that, guys. I had a little hope with the blush hack, because I'm like, if cream blushes, which are literally meant for that purpose, take off your foundation, what hope do I have for an eye base? Oh, how I was wrong, okay? Basically, I was wrong. This went on like a dream. Like, can you guys see that? It is so flawless in terms of blend. Also, I do think it's important to have the right tools when working with this product. Not saying you need to go out and buy like a brush set or anything like that, no, but I would suggest having a cut crease brush. You don't have to have this particular one, but any kind of flat brush which is similar, I would highly recommend, because this will just allow you to cut your crease really neatly and kind of achieve what's meant to be achieved with these bases. Okay, let's quickly talk about availability. I purchased this from the P Louise website directly. If you guys are thinking of purchasing individual shades or anything, I would recommend checking the price difference with Australian retailers such as Glam Radar. P Louise website is awesome, but I think because that's in pounds usually, and they ship from the UK, you would have to account for a shipping fee. I didn't have to pay a shipping fee this time, but I feel like that was just a promotional thing, because when I've purchased in the past, I've had to pay shipping, which was around like $15 or something. In terms of negatives of this product, I feel like this product is meant to be pat down. Don't directly swipe on this product because it won't layer well at all. It will just become patchy, and that's what I experienced in the beginning, so don't be me. And I think that's about it. Like, I'm really impressed overall, and I'm gonna be raw and honest with you guys with my opinion. You guys know that. Feel free to comment down below any questions you have or any points that I missed. I would love to address them, and I will reply as soon as I can. I just wanted to say thank you so much for sticking around till the end, guys, and I'm really excited to create more YouTube videos for you guys. So let me know what you want to see, and I will see you in my next video. Please do subscribe to my channel while you're there. Bye!